Hi. Hi, I hope you can hear me well. um, I'm gonna wait for a few seconds for more people to come in. Hi. Um, hi everyone. Thank you for joining. Hi. I'm looking at myself. It's 10:30 p.m. here. I'm completely without makeup. I think I look like I need to start at least putting on some lipstick before this because this is just too too, I don't know, flat. um Thank you for joining. Thank you everyone for coming. I'm gonna wait a few more seconds for people to come and we'll get started. I have an unboxing to do, and then I will talk about theories and videos that dropped and everything. We'll see what's going on. Oh, we have some from the Dominican Republic. Hi. Hi to everyone who's joining. Actually, today is kind of a big day. I today in the mail I received my stamp that I have a PhD. It arrived today by mail. Um, hi to the people from Turkey. Hi Racheli. Thank you all for joining. So yeah, so I'm officially a doctor. Today I got my stamp. I have a PhD, so it's kind of a happy day. I'm taking it like really because I've been working on it for ages, and it's not like I was expecting to get it in the mail. I already got the notification that it was approved like 2 weeks ago. So I'm like really, my parents were kind of freaking out about it. But yeah, but that's it. It's official. They're just gonna be the ceremony, and unfortunately, they said that because I got the stamp a bit late, my graduation ceremony will be June 2022, so next year. And I really hope it won't be. I'm trying to get it to be this June, but we'll see. It doesn't really matter. It's just, you know, you want it to be done already. And also, a lot of my friends are finishing this year, so it'll be fun to get it with them. But thank you all so much. Hi, Gabby. Okay, so I think that's probably what's gonna happen. 18 people currently in the chat. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. So let's start with the unboxing, and we'll see if more people join. And if they are, then we'll do the live stream and we'll talk. Yes, I still have the qualification. I'm still a doctor now. It has like the ceremony is just it's just a ceremony. It doesn't mean anything. Oh my god, I have people from Lebanon and from Turkey. Thank you so much. This means a lot. Um, it really does. I've been to Turkey. I loved it. If I'm not mistaken, I've been to Ankara. I think, if I remember correctly, it was a while ago. But I really loved it. And Lebanon, unfortunately, I haven't been, but I'm sure it's beautiful. I love Lebanese food. So there's no, and I travel with my stomach. Like I choose places I want to go based on the food. So I'm positive that Lebanon is amazing, and I'm so grateful that you're all here. And I've seen the support this channel got, and really I'm blown away. And especially lately, I've seen I don't know if people, like, I've seen so much support from Arab Army, and but yeah. So wait. Today I got my second merch box. This is for those who don't know, and uh, who don't know or who hasn't signed up for the army membership. You had an option to choose if you want to get presents 4 times a year or not. The catch is that you have to pay for shipment. So some people chose not to get it, because even though the present itself is free, we've seen what Weaver's shipment, how expensive it can be. So a lot of people opt out, but I chose to take it. So this is my second merch box. I hope you can see it. It's really pretty. It's all purple. I gotta say, I showed it to my parents because I was opening it next to them, and my mom loved it. Loved it. She was so impressed with the design, with everything. So for those who don't know, this merch box has a picnic basket. The first one was a poncho blanket, and this one is a picnic basket for two. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. So I agree, Shannon. The highlight of traveling is the food. I've been to a lot of places. Food is everything. Okay, so this is the picnic basket. You can see here. It has this serving tray on top. It's all plastic, I guess. It has the Bangtan logo on. And yeah, and this is the serving tray. Then you have this box inside. And this box holds a lot of stuff. It has a napkin for, they called it like a tablecloth. I don't know what table it's supposed to cover. It's really small, but it's like a big napkin. Again, it has the same square as the tray and the Bangtan logo on it. There are cups, again with the same pattern and with BTS. You have this really adorable bowls. They also have the Bangtan logo. I don't know if you can see it. I'll try. I hope it works. But yeah, you have these two adorable bowls with the Bangtan logo. It's all like light purple. If you've seen the picture of the tumbler, that's what it's called, like the thermos to drink, it's exactly the same color. It's like this pale, like lilac purple. It has utensils, and and you have a fork and spoon. Who needs a knife? Or chopsticks? Like it's a fork and a spoon. That's what you get. You also get these two plates. So you get these two plates that if you put them one way, it's the BTS logo. If you put them the other way, it's the army logo. So it's really nice. Once again, it all fits. It's all the same colors. It's all this lilac purple. And you get, and this is the most adorable thing ever. You get here this little envelope or bag, and it has tattoos, 2 sets of tattoos. It has an adorable OD7 photo, and it has a recipe along with a QR code for the episode 20 when they cook together. I think it's the first time they did a cooking episode, the one with with Jungkook doing the sweet potatoes. So they have this, and it's a recipe, and it comes both in Korean and in English and in Japanese, which I thought was really thoughtful and really nice that they did. Okay, so someone asked how much it costs. It actually doesn't. When you get the army membership, which I can't remember how much it wasn't that expensive. It was like, I don't remember. Check on Weavers how much the army membership is. But if you get the army membership, you can choose to get free gifts 4 times a year. And these gifts, you get them for free, but you have to pay for the shipment. So it's on you. You can choose how many you take, how many, like you can buy all 4, pay for all 4 of them for the shipment, or you can just choose just these. This is the second merch box, so you can choose just the second one and get it. And you only pay for the shipping. Weaver's shipping is pretty expensive, so that depends on you and whether you think it has value or not. I gotta say, for the third one, I think it's like a light box. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it. I still haven't decided. So we'll see. Because the shipping here is really expensive. Yeah, so yeah, so that's that. And we have a lot to talk about, right? There were theories, we have so much. And there's just so much to chat. We've seen the teasers and we know nothing, but it's fun to pretend that we do. Army's second job is being a clown. We all know that. So I'm gonna post a link for the Zoom on my Twitter. If anyone wants to chat, come join and we'll talk together. Okay, so this will take a few seconds. So hold on. Feel free to write comments. I will read them in a second. Please write what you think will be, what you think the teasers mean. What do you think we're gonna get? What Butter is gonna be like? And let me know what you think. Okay. Let's do this. Also, please. No, the merch membership is not $150. No, there's no way. Let's see. We'll see together. There's no way the membership is 150. Membership. Yeah, the membership itself is $22. That's it. Then you can choose to add the if you want the merch box pack, if you want the membership kit, that's up to you. The membership itself is $22. That's it. And then the plus of it is you get like if there would be concerts, you're able to get tickets before everyone else, which was why it was really hyped. Like in 2020, everyone got everyone that didn't get it was so bummed out, because in the US, if you had the merch box, you were able to, if you had a membership, you were able to get tickets before anyone else. but yeah, there is the Army membership merch pack, which I think includes everything, if I'm not mistaken. And that means that you get those presents, and you get the kit, and you get you get all this stuff. So yeah, and you can choose basically what you want and what not. I still haven't decided. See, the third merch box is being able to decorate like your own room. You don't have my Twitter account? I'll write it down in the comments now. My Twitter account is at Omer Rose. So in case anyone wants to chat or talk, and like my DMs are always open, so feel free. Yeah. So let's focus, and I'll post a link, and then we can do stuff. That sounds kind of creepy, doesn't it? Hold on. Okay. 2 seconds. Okay, I posted the link, so anyone who wants to join is more than welcome to. So yeah, hi everyone. Hi those who are joining now. We just talked about we did an unboxing for the merch box, for the second merch box, and now we're going to talk about the teasers. Hopefully someone will join me in the Zoom chat soon, and then we'll be able to talk to someone. But I feel like we're all pretty lost on this, aren't we? Hi everyone. Thank you for joining. Before I'm letting someone in, Gabby, I'm gonna let you in. But before I do, I want to remind everyone that all the revenue from this channel goes directly towards the comeback. So please, either if you're not watching on premium, please make sure your ad block is closed, or you're not using. There's a version of Chrome that already has ad block on it, so don't use those. Like, make sure you don't that ad block is turned off, so you're able to see the ads, because that's how we get the revenue, and revenue equals more money for Butter. So please, I'm really grateful for all the support you guys have given the channel. It really means a lot, and I'm glad that we can do it together. I want to ask, is the Omaima from Iraq, are you still here? Because if you are, I have a question for someone from Iraq who I've always wanted to ask, and I never got the chance to. So if you're still here, please write in the comments, because I have to ask you something. It's nothing personal. It's about food. Okay, so I'm gonna let Gabby in. Hi, Gabby.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, finally. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I literally bombard your comments nearly every day this week, and it's only Tuesday.
I told you, that's why I'm on Twitter and here to talk to Army. It's fine.
I mean, in the nicest respect, and I told you I was going to hype you up anyway, you are the most down-to-earth and mature army that has a public platform and actually states facts as facts and tell new fans, what isn't a real fact. So thank you for all you do. As an OG army, we wish we had you in the early years.
Wow, you're an OG Army. That's
I'm
incredible.
old. I have the grey hair. I have the grey hair of the 2013 years.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for always being there for them.
I mean, my purse is crying, but you know.
Tell me about it.
Honestly, I envy you because I want the epilogue books, like the story of the BU. But my
Yeah.
problem is, I'm just like, if I buy one, I'll have to buy all of them. And knowing Big Hit and Hive, who knows when they'll end? It'll probably be like
Yeah,
15 books in the series.
probably.
Be
And
bigger than Harry Potter.
yeah. But wow, I can't believe you've been with them for since 2013. That's amazing.
Mhm. Yeah, I actually got into K-pop at a young age. I'm 21 now. I was 21 earlier this year. I got into K-pop when I was about 12 or 13 in school.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a friend who was like, "Oh, there's this new group debuting. You should check them out. Here's their comeback trailer. It came out today." And then, sorry, not their comeback trailer, their debut trailer. The "we're now going to progress to sunsets," which are a bit that one. So I watched that and I was like, that's so new and so different. So I've been down the whole of BTS since then, and yeah, I think I need more shelf space for my collection. I'm working from home at the moment, and I have to hide it all from the people I have to video call with and have quite a lot of professional meetings. And they say to me, "What's that thing behind your head?" And I'm like, totally not an army bomb. It's a decoration. That's all it is."
I just told my parents today that when I move, I'm planning to, like, right now I live with them to save
Mhm.
money, but I'm planning to buy an apartment next year or definitely move out next year. But because I've been away from home for 13 years. When I was in university, I didn't live, not obviously, but I didn't live at home.
Mhm.
I had my own apartment, and that's where I studied. But this year, to save some money, so I'll be able to buy an apartment, I decided to live with them. So I'm saving money. But next year, I'm planning to move out, and I was like, I'm definitely having a whole wall that's gonna be like all dedicated to the merch,
Absolutely. I
all
mean,
the BTS stuff, and it's gonna have like a constant podcast station. Because right now, every time I do a podcast or like, this curious about army like radio show, I have to disassemble and reassemble every
oh
day, and it's
gosh.
always a bit different,
Yeah.
and
Oh my
it's really annoying.
goodness.
So I was like, when I'm moving, I'm getting a whole like it's gonna be like a display, and I'm gonna have a station, and it's gonna be really cool. And she said, "You're really gonna still do podcast next year?" I'm like, "Yes,
Of
yes, I
course. Gotta live the podcast life. The good thing about BTS, and obviously with Tiny Tan and BT21, there's so much like home decor. So you could literally have a whole Tiny Tan house if you wanted to. I could tell with the Yoongi in the back.
yeah."
Oh,
Yeah, just I don't know if you saw, I have like I bought a tiny tent for like my keyboard at home at the office. My
mm,
office is fully BTS decorated, and that's like my office at my job. It's not my home office.
absolutely. We need like I don't know, have you ever seen MTV Cribs?
Yeah,
You need like a whole MTV Cribs tour on your channel when you move house.
yeah.
I'll be looking forward to it alongside the photo shoot when you get your diploma from your ceremony. Congratulations on getting your stamp, by the way. I
Thank you so
told you in
much.
the comments already, but I want your brain. I need your knowledge. I really do. I'm really jealous of you, of all your success, and you're so composed and cool. I need to be you in the future. Like, I want to be as cool as you and as academically
Oh,
smart. So you may not realize this, but you are an inspiration to not just
oh.
Army, but a lot of people. Yeah, I told you I was going to hype you up. I was just like, hello.
I wasn't expecting to be this much.
Sorry. I'm British.
Thank you.
We compliment a lot. I'm sorry.
It means a lot. Thank you.
Of course.
Um, I wanted to ask you, like, what made you get into K-pop in the first place?
What got me
You
into
were so young. You
K-pop?
were like 14 in when BTS came out.
When BTS came out, I was 13. I just turned 13 that year. When I got into K-pop, I was about, I don't know, about 10 or 11 years old. And growing up, I always had pen pals, like, you know, the ones that you'd write letters to and they'd send letters back. And I had a friend in South Africa who showed me the music video of G. She told me to search G by Girls' Generation on YouTube. And it went from Girls' Generation to the likes of Shiny, Big Bang, EXO, you know, all of the, I guess you call them second generation K-pop idols. That's like who I grew up with. Other than BTS, I support 17 and a group that's no longer around very actively in Korea called UKIS. So when BTS came, it was really like a breath of fresh air. There you go. My words are a mess. I'm sorry. I've been talking all day at work, so yeah. But yeah, so when it came to K-pop, I don't really know what it was that made me think this is so cool. I'm gonna be attached to it in my early 20s and going on to my 30s, but here we are. But yeah, it really opened a world that you wouldn't really see outside of Western Europe. Obviously, there's the age-old question of, is K-pop American? You know, do they steal from the West for their styles and things like that? But I won't bore you because you don't need to hear that from me. But, you know, I think K-pop made itself K-pop because of the style and the uniqueness to it. It's not just, here's a song we released, enjoy. It's, here's a song we released and an album and photo cards and, you know, the behind process, the concept pictures. They do so much more.
Also the dancing and the production.
Absolutely.
The clothes. I think clothes were always a big factor in pop and in hip hop, and like clothes always reflected the artists.
Definitely.
But I think what K-pop brings to the table that I agree with you. There's definitely some inspiration taken from Western groups that were there before, you know, 92 and HOT and Saturday and Boys and all those groups came up. So I think there's definitely some inspiration from the West, but I think they made it their own thing completely, because that production value on every aspect is so incredible that you can't it feels different, it looks different, it seems different. It's not just the culture aspect or the types of song, but the effort they put into it, that makes everything seem different.
Totally. I mean, I couldn't even remember what was popular in the UK charts around about 2010, 2011. Because my life, well, that sounds bad. My music taste was mainly consumed by K-pop at that time. Because, you know, as a growing teenager in England, you know, you think, oh, you've got your bands like Oasis and, oh goodness, all names of British bands have just lost my memory.
I was gonna say, like, I was a teenager in the early 2000s, and that would be like Five and Westlife, if we're talking.
Yes. Oh my gosh, how did I forget Westlife exists? Oh no, my sisters will kill me if I tell them I forgot who Westlife were.
I won't let them know that you forgot about them.
No, don't do that. Oh my gosh, the thing is, you're the similar age to
Westlife were the ones that did a cover of Uptown Girl, right?
Yes, yes.
Did you know there's a bug in that video, in that MV?
A bug? Like an actual bug?
They have a mistake. They have Claudia Schiffer as the girl that they're trying to impress.
Yeah.
And there's a part right at the end, like you see the entire video, her hair is so like a curly, like the perfect like beach wave. And then at the end she goes out with them. So she turns around and they walk outside of the diner or whatever it is, and then her hair is completely straight because that's not her. That's like her body double or
Oh
something.
my gosh. What's such a stunt that you need a body double, like leaving a diner?
No, probably, she probably came just to shoot for one day and do like touch ups or something.
Totally. Oh my gosh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, that's what happens when back in the day MTV used to play music.
Oh my
And I
god.
would just have it on loop the entire time. So you start noticing stuff like that.
Yeah, totally. Oh my
That's
god.
what prepared me to see BTS MVs and look for.
Honestly, if I had the eyes that you do, because BTS's music videos, especially this comeback, I'm lost. I am so lost.
This is the most lost I've been.
Like yesterday, you were discussing the teasers, and I had it in my head of, the two different colored lights when they take the photos and stuff. It kind of looks like a dark alternative to version 4 of Map of the Soul Persona. And you've
Yes.
still got the pinks in there and the reds. And
Yeah.
then today comes out, and I'm just like, well, now you just confuse me even more. Like, what are you doing at this point? Honestly, to be fair, I still thought that Butter was going to be like a super, not a cutesy kind of song, but like an I
Yeah,
want to say
like a
uptown
dynamite.
girl now. How do I try to not say uptown girl? Like, upbeat. There we go, upbeat.
Yeah. Okay.
But like an upbeat kind of, yeah, kind of like Dynamite, but possibly, you know,
Even more pop.
yeah, kind of like I can't remember. I don't know. Do you remember TVXQ's balloons?
I
They literally dressed up as animals and did really cute dances, and I was just like, it's not going to be that, you know, crazy cute, but I was just like, it's going to be a super cute one that we've never seen before. And now I'm just like, BTS, what are you doing? What keeps throwing me off is the different like royalty free sounds they're using. And I'm
yeah.
just sat there like, I want crumbs for the song. What is the song? And they know that we want it, so they're going to use
And
royalty free music.
did you see the one that they chose today? That it's
Yeah.
like this tiny producer from Israel, actually, apparently.
Ooh.
And I was trying to find him. I can't find him. The SoundCloud only has 6 followers on SoundCloud, only 90 views, 90 listens. Like,
Mm.
how on earth did they find such tiny, tiny artists? I'm sure,
Yeah.
I think like they find it based on the name. Like
Mm.
they're looking for the names and then they choose, and like they find a sound that fits what they want, but they go by name.
I think I remember yesterday's being called like 2020 or 2020. So
Yeah, I can't.
it's
I don't
so
know.
strange.
Yeah, and like today, it's there's no such thing as bad publicity.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah,
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah,
no,
they're
not bad
really.
publicity, bad press. There's no such thing as bad press.
Oh my
That's what it was
goodness.
called. Yeah, and
They're
I was
really.
like, okay, if he's from here, like I'm gonna try and find him, maybe get him on the podcast, ask him what's going on, how did they reach you,
Who
what
are you?
story, but I
What
can't find
what
that
do you
person.
know?
I
Just
can't. Yeah, like I can't find him. I have a cousin who's a musician who is really familiar with the indie scene in
mm,
Tel Aviv here, which is where this producer is supposed to work from, and I can't find him. It's like he has only 6 songs on SoundCloud, nothing on Google. Like, it's so frustrating.
do you think he's like an insider? Maybe
No,
somebody that
I think
works.
literally they just searched by topic and then found a song that has the feel that they're looking for. But
Totally.
I think they care about the name, and it just makes me all the more certain it's gonna be a diss track.
Oh my gosh, I hope so. As much as I'm like one way thinking it's going to be a really poppy, because also I kind of think like a retro vibe, kind of like, 90s almost, but a bit
Mhm.
darker, like like leather jackets and a little bit of a kind of bad boy kind of edge. Um but I just don't know with the sounds that they're using. I'm thinking you're really making it anyone's game, really.
Definitely.
I think I saw a comment saying someone doesn't understand my accent. I'm really sorry.
Really?
I thought I saw something about an accent, so I'm very sorry. I will try to keep
I
it.
feel like mine is the problematic one here.
I'm from a bit of a countryside area of England, so I don't have your typical like a city accent, so I'm very sorry.
You know who you like? Your accent reminds me of there's an artist on YouTube called Chloe. I don't remember, but she's obsessed with bears, and she's this really adorable artist. Really loves Disney, and your accent is exactly the same.
Oh my gosh, I don't know who that is, but I will need to find out because that sounds like a good.
She's like this really sweet artist who loves Disney, so there's nothing wrong with her. She's perfect.
Absolutely.
I have to check and see what's her name.
Don't worry, if not, just send it to me on Twitter later.
Yeah, Chloe Rose. I was right.
Who is it, sorry?
Chloe Rose.
Chloe Rose. Now, why do I feel like I've heard that name before?
I'm telling you, have the exact same accent.
Oh my gosh.
Which could be completely off. Like my pitch and ear is not, it's not the best.
No, you're all good. I mean, even as an English person growing up in England, living in England my whole life, I still don't recognize English accents. There's just too many. There's so many like regional dialects as well. It's too much for this country.
You need your own Satori song.
Absolutely. I mean, I was lucky enough to attend Wembley, and the first day, all of the boys were trying like your stereotypical British accent of not bad in it, and the tongue twister about butter, which I still can't do. Jungkook is more of a Brit than I would ever be. But, yeah, like they did well. They did very well. I'm really jealous of how good they were.
Someone asked in the chat if this is the channel that's gonna donate for the comeback. Yes, it is. All the proceeds from this channel, all the revenue, all goes directly to the comeback. Even after Butter comes out, when Butter comes out, it's just the start of the comeback. So all the money this channel makes all goes towards the comeback. It will go when an album comes out, it will go towards the album. I wasn't planning on monetizing this channel. The only reason this channel was able to be monetized is because Army got together to get it monetized. That's the only reason. This channel was like 3 weeks old when when someone suggested that maybe monetizing a channel and giving the money towards the comeback. And I was like, I'll do it, but my channel only has 400 subscribers. So if you want, you need to subscribe, and you also need to get more views. So Army pulled through. Army got this channel monetized within a week. They binged the videos. Once it was monetized, we learned together how to be efficient about getting more money from YouTube. It was a long road. It took us a while to figure it out. Once we did, we started really pushing it. All the accounts really got together. Even the translations charts account, that pink account, got in on it. All these really big accounts really supported. We managed to get some money. Then YouTube changed their algorithm and took like $150 from it, which was really frustrating. And then people even came together even more, and they decided, because they saw how hard we worked, they decided to donate to me so that I will donate on behalf of the channel. So when B came out, we donated together $1,250. I'm not expecting anyone to donate to me now. Please don't. There's no reason to donate to me. There are funding accounts, donate to them. But everything this channel makes goes directly to the comeback. And so far we're at $51. Hopefully, I'm sure it will keep growing. So that's where it's at. And also I saw someone commenting that, like, posting the goals, the comeback goals, keep posting them, let people know. even here in the chat, just keep at it. It's not spam, it's important. We all should know the goals and what we need to achieve. So yeah, so that's it. Back to the teasers. Yeah, all the colors, the black and the blue and pink, like that word. Yesterday I kept thinking when I first saw it, when I think it was in Wembley already, when they started to do the performances like for Singularity, and Tay on the video screens was in blue and pink.
Yes,
And that I was like, this is what they're doing. And no.
honestly, they could have been hinting back then. They plan comebacks so far in advance. I heard somewhere along the line of, Dynamite being planned like February 2020. It's just so crazy how people, people think they plan really far in advance. And knowing them, they probably do.
I'm positive they do. I'm positive, mostly because On had a certain writer known as Mayonnaise Fountain, whatever you want to call her.
That is the best name I've ever heard for her. I've heard a lot in my time, but that is the best one I've heard.
and that person, like, after, I don't see them working with her after what happened with Boy With Love, or not for On and not for Sweet Night. I just don't see them working with her at all. And I feel like that's one of the ways we know that their albums take a while to prepare.
Definitely, yeah.
Because there's no way that they are working. Like, they are such sweet guys, but they work at the most passive-aggressive company I've ever seen. Like, what happened with the Grammy?
Oh my gosh. They really said, we don't care for a company, we protect our boys.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't see them working with a woman that's the woman behind the BTS.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna swear, but I have some choice words for some of the writers that claimed BTS songs as their own. Yeah.
But
No.
I think they worked with a lot of nice people too.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I think I've been very lucky to speak to some of the British artists in the past that have worked on BTS songs, and they are some of the most humble people I've ever met. They don't care about, whatever they've produced in the past, how famous they are from their own music. For example, Arcades, some of the loveliest guys I've ever spoken to or ever had the chance of speaking to. They are so lovely towards BTS, towards their fans, and they really celebrated every achievement with BTS, saying thank you to BTS. We wouldn't have been able to do this without BTS. And I think that's something that the ARMY really love. If collaborators are genuine towards BTS and not doing it for quote unquote clout, I think people will realize, they're actually doing it for the music, not for the money. And that's something that is a big value to this fandom, and is really, really like eye-opening to a lot of Western artists that are starting to work in K-pop and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. I think obviously the company as well, they catch wind of who is actually being respectful towards their artists and who isn't, and then they're like, yeah, we're going to cut you off, goodbye. So but no, the passive aggression on Big Hit, I admire it. I wish I had that strength to be like, yeah, no, goodbye, you're the Grammys, we don't care.
Yeah. It's another reason why I think this will be a diss track.
Oh my gosh. And I don't think any of the artists that they've worked with and had negative feedback on will definitely be on a diss track.
No, I think like it's not just, I think English will be a part of it. It will be either against like the Western media or I don't think media, maybe Western radio, like maybe they'll throw shade. I think it will, they said it's pop, right? So I think it'll be like mic drop, but instead of hip hop, more pop. But the feeling will be the same. They'll be flexing, they'll be shading, but doing it all with a smile.
Definitely, yeah.
Probably a lot like Sultan Road was completely in English, and still no one in the West realized that they were dissing them.
No, exactly. Nobody realized it. It was so good. An English version of Cypher. Oh my gosh, yes, please. So I have like your face open and I can still see comments and someone said English version of Cypher.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm down for that. I'm a Cypher supremacist, so I would love an English Cypher. Oh my gosh, that would
And we
be
haven't had ciphers in so long.
no, oh my gosh, what was the last one? It wasn't number 4 from Wings, was it? Have they released one since then? This shows
Well,
how
I
bad
told
my
you
memory is.
Deng.
Oh yeah, Deng counted as a cipher, didn't it? It
Kind
was
of.
the
We
silent cipher.
qualified for number 5.
The silent cipher.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, another Deng, please, another Deng.
Like, we need that.
Honestly, I mean, without going too into it, and I remember you discussing this for a little bit yesterday as well. I really think the best way to call out media on their portrayal of BTS and ARMY is best coming out from BTS's mouths themselves, you know. They've always been not protective, but they will fight ARMY's corner when they can. And through my research for my university thesis in the past year, you can really see a very old like narrative and portrayal of all pop fans, and the media just think this is a pop group, they're all screaming teenage girls, put 2 and 2 together, all armies are bad teenage girls, and it's just really not like that, you know. There's the facts and the figures that sure the fandom is half, you know, 50% just under that of, you know, under 18-year-olds, but another 50% of that is over the age of 18. It's your working army, your armies with qualifications like degrees, masters, PhDs, such as yourself. And, you know, I think BTS really should say, look, you got it all wrong. They're not all kids. And if they all collaborated together to match 1 million for Black Lives Matter, they could probably outsell your company as well.
Yeah, I think with Life Goes On getting number 1, I really hope they have that confidence that their song now will get number 1, and so they can do whatever they want with
Definitely.
it, and just like completely.
See, UK armies, we kind of have a little bit of a fire in our pits this week and next week. Our biggest music award is next Tuesday, so a week today, the Brits, and BTS are nominated, and we're just thinking, come on, get BTS. You know, it's not really a trophy; it's like a person, kind of like your Oscar, but with a helmet on, as I like to call it.
Then that's kind of like the AMAs.
Yeah,
Isn't it? Like it's the astronaut.
he's not an astronaut. I don't know what he is. This is so bad. I'm
No,
not.
but on the AMAs, it's an astronaut, isn't
Oh,
it?
is it?
Or in the
I
end,
thought,
like the MTV award, it's an astronaut. I'm sure.
yeah, that one's an astronaut. Oh my gosh. What is it with people getting like little people as trophies? Like, hi, congratulations on your success. Have a miniature person for your display case. You know? Oh my gosh. Yeah, VMAs is an astronaut. Oh no, the Brits is like see, the best way I can explain it is a person with a helmet on, like a pointy helmet. I know that is not what it is. It's some big significance for the music industry in the United Kingdom, but I just think it would look really nice if there was one of those in a case in Korea. You know,
Yeah,
I think it'd be
definitely.
nice. The first one to leave, well, the first one to enter Korea ever.
Yeah. And after the shame that was last year, they really.
Yes, absolutely. And as a personal vendetta, I think it would be nice to have a Brit given to BTS, considering how many times the UK media sleep on BTS.
Yeah. Oh my God, there is someone. It's 4:20 a.m. Go to sleep. Thank you for joining, but go to sleep.
Oh my gosh. How do you have stamina to be awake? I sleep after like 10 p.m. Oh my goodness.
um,
You get
yeah,
so many people from around the world. It's fantastic.
it really is. It's so amazing. Yeah, I am from Saudi Arabia. I have a feeling that's not your name, but if it is, cool.
Oh my gosh, RM, give us spoilers if it's really you.
Did you? I don't know if you were following me back then, but a few months ago, someone pretended to be Namjoon and contact me and saying that he lost his credit card, which would be the most Namjoon thing ever,
Oh
and
my
and say
gosh.
that, and they said that he needs me to send them money.
Oh my
But they
goodness.
were really building up to it, and I was playing along. I was like, "What's your favorite song?" So he wrote like mono.
Oh no.
And he kept like answering like stuff like that, or obviously he just googled, but it was so funny.
You should have just sent like a like I what is the currency used in Israel?
What?
What is the currency that's used in Israel?
Shekel.
What is the lowest coin you could possibly get?
That would be like the version of 0.1, like 10 cent.
You
Okay.
send that. You should have sent that and just said, "Good luck with mono."
No, no, I'm not sending anyone anything. The only person I'm sending money to are the funding accounts and Big Hit.
Absolutely. Or if you've ever seen the meme of the "you tried" sticker, like the little star, and in the middle it
Yeah.
just says "you tried." Just send that and just said you did your best, but we know you're not really RM. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I didn't see that on the timeline, but I saw somebody DMing people pretending to be Jimin saying, I need money, help. And I was just like, I think Jimin has most of the money in the world. Like, I don't think he needs help from army, but it's okay. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. So that's where people are getting rich from for these comebacks. You're pretending to be BTS. I need to write this down. This is new tactics for 2021.
Yeah. That's how we're gonna get solo stands out.
Oh my gosh.
Attack them with fake accounts and
I
tell
mean,
them we're gymming and need the money.
I heard your whole conversation last night about solo stands, and I couldn't agree more about everything you said. And yeah, I think a crackdown is needed on the solo stands and the fake solo stands, the ones that are pretending
Yeah.
to be fans at all, literally just to bring a bit of drama to this community. Because I can say for a fact, a few years ago, there was no drama like this at all. I joined Stan Twitter, Army Twitter, as you will, 2016, and then I deactivated and then reopened my account in 2017. And that was just around the time of the Billboard Awards. So it was a bit of a calm time, a bit of a slow time. And ever since 2017, it's been like a roller coaster. And I'm like, what is going on? You know, you've got amazing fan bases popping up. You've got amazing, content creators such as yourself that are providing the facts in a time where there's so much miscommunication. One being hashtags. Sometimes people get mixed up on hashtags. Or I remember somebody saying to me, what's the name of the English song that's coming out when around about Dynamite time? And they're like, oh, is it called Bomb Disposal? I was like, no, it is not called Bomb Disposal at all. It's called Dynamite. It's not even close. It's things like this kind of communication that's occurring nowadays. And, unfortunately, some people take that for granted and then decide to create a bit of quote unquote drama with it. And it's just a bit of a shame in that circumstance. But, we do have the goodies. We have good eggs like you. Sorry, I call anyone who's amazing a good egg. So it's nothing bad. Don't worry.
But I didn't think it was bad. I can't with all those compliments.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I keep throwing compliments at you, don't I? See, it's not intentional. They just keep coming out. So that's what you get for being fantastic. So, and that's on period. But yeah, as Cassie said, around about 2017 is when BTS really skyrocketed. The way that I remember, one of my friends who works in a media company in the UK, she basically said BTS got launched into a global atmosphere that only, you know, Korean artists have experienced very briefly. They've never been in it for a very long period of time. And so with that success has come, the fantastic opportunities of Dynamite, all these Billboard successes. But Stan Twitter, Stan Twitter, I'm begging you, take a day off. I need a rest. We all need a sleep. But yeah, it's oh my gosh, someone just said we can pretend to be solo stans. Oh no!
I'm not doing that. I can't. I don't have it in me. Not even pretend.
Oh my gosh, I don't think I'd ever know how to.
Yeah.
Because so go on.
If I just remembered something about the teasers. Sorry.
Go for it.
Like we've been connecting to youth and now blood, sweat, and tears with Jin and the balloons.
Yes.
What is that? And today the thing with, like you said, everything is planned, and B wasn't. The album B was a gift. It wasn't supposed to happen. They were supposed to be on tour, and there was supposed to be an album after Map of the Soul 7, right? Like their next era, which is probably what this album mostly is going to be, like that original thought that they had after Map of the Soul 7. And when On finishes, they go from No More Dream to Dream. And we've also seen the references to interlude Nevermind, right? It's interlude. I think it's interlude, right?
I think it is.
But to Nevermind and all that, and we've all seen those. But today, I had a 4-hour commute today, 2 hours in each direction.
Oh my gosh.
And on the way, I have like all the BTS songs playlist. And one of the songs that came up was Introduction Youth. And in Introduction Youth, Namjoon talks about having a dream, about like that step after No More Dream is finding your dream and being a dreamer. And you have like all these in the background, you have I Need You and Run and Fire. And in Fire, you have, the youth written in toilet paper. And I was like, this song, this song is what the comeback is going to be all about. It's going to be about the dreams, about that. Like, okay, in Map of the Soul 7 and the whole Map of the Soul era, we found out who we are, right? That's the whole point of the era, is to understand who you are as a person and what makes you tick, what are you afraid of, how to overcome it, all that. And now that you found who you are, the next step is to think about where you're going and what you want to achieve and what's your dream. And all of a sudden dreams have real meaning because they're not just something that someone forced onto you. It's not what your parents want, it's not what society wants, it's what you want, because now you know yourself. And I was like listening to Introduction Youth, and I was like, huh? Like shaking in my car and like when driving.
They're really
and yeah.
they're really going back to some previous eras, I think, with this one. Because as I said before, I really thought, the lighting was a nod to Map of the Soul Persona. Obviously, I said earlier that red and blue could be a cold color, as could purple.
Yeah.
But considering we see the concept clip, the first one that came out last week, of being just photos of like the aftermath of what goes on, and then you see the clip of itself, of it actually being used, like the props being used, like the confetti and the balloons and things like that, it makes you wonder, like, is this gonna be the era of hope, and encouragement and a bit of a love yourself 2.0 in the sense of you now know how to love yourself. Let's move on. Let's keep having fun.
Definitely could be that. Who knows? I feel like that's more of a conclusion rather than a start of an era.
I mean, for me, I feel okay, I don't want to upset anybody in this stream, but I have this like inner hope that before BTS ever disband, they will go back to the days of no with the red pill. I want an answer to what that red pill is. I want to know what it is.
But isn't the red pill is to stay in the matrix?
Is it?
I think it's like you have the option between the blue pill and the red pill, and I can't remember which one, but one of them is choosing to stay in the matrix. Is choosing to not have any, like, to be guided by machines.
So yeah, because they didn't take it, and then they thought, I always thought they'd go back to it, like back to when they made the decision. And perhaps
Wait, now I have to check which pill.
I'm sorry.
If it's the blue pill or the red pill.
It makes you do wonder though, like,
yeah,
what are they doing? Do they even know what they're doing at this point?
So the blue pill is staying in the matrix, and the red pill is leaving it.
Is leaving it. Okay.
Yeah. The terms red pill and blue pill refer to choice between the willingness to learn a potential unsettling or life-changing truth by taking the red pill, or remaining in contented ignorance with the blue pill. So it's kind of the opposite.
Oh my gosh. Well, there goes my lifelong thought of what happens with the pill. Do they go back to the table?
The funniest thing about the Matrix is, I don't know, have you seen the movie?
I've never seen it, so this is all very new to me.
No, I highly recommend it.
I'll have to check it out.
The funniest thing, and I think about it every time we as a fandom talk about it, and we talk about it a lot, right? We say going down the rabbit hole. And in the Matrix, when the main it's in the first 5 minutes of the movie, so I'm not spoiling anything to anyone, but the main character, he's like a hacker or something, and he gets a message, follow the white rabbit. And then he follows the white rabbit from Alice in Wonderland down the rabbit hole, and that's how he finds the Matrix, everything about the Matrix. And again, it's like the first 5 minutes of the movie, not a spoiler, but not really. But the whole thing is that you follow the white rabbit and fall down the rabbit hole. So every time we talk about it, I think about that movie. And the first one is a brilliant movie. After that, it kind of goes to shit. But the first Matrix is brilliant. I highly recommend it.
I would definitely have to check it out. I didn't realize about a blue pill. I always just thought, the pill in No was giving into temptation and then fighting temptation. Which is why when Blood, Sweat and Tears with the red light and he too was a tempter.
Yeah.
And we have, this red lighting or pink lighting, depending on what you see, really. I wondered, is this possibly, because in a way you could see the lighting in these clips is like either pink and purple or red and blue. They could be at a crossroads again. I doubt it highly, because Big Hit would probably be like, we've done that before, we're not going to do it again.
Yeah, I think for sure they're not repeating anything. It's not going to be, none of it is going to be the same. Even if we say like, oh, it's going to be like this, oh, it's not going to sound the same. It's not going to have, like, even if you like look at Paradise and So What, and even No, they all, and Tomorrow, they all kind of follow the same motif, but they're all so different. And even the way they approach the situation is different. The conclusion of it, even if in the end they say like, go at your own pace, decide for yourself, all that, it still feels, each song feels completely different from the other. So
Absolutely. This is the thing with BTS's diversity. You never really know what you're gonna get. And
yeah,
that's also kind of a scary aspect, because then you have armies like, what is going on? Like, what should we be preparing for? Hence, with the butter melting for an hour, and we're like, oh wow, a cute concept or an uplifting concept, and then we get smashed lollipops and gummy sweets on the ground, and confetti cannons next to what people thought were IV monitors when I checked Twitter the first day that the pictures came out, and then it ended up being just a studio lamp, and it was just like, oh well, okay then, we got it all wrong in all different places. But I think what really is confusing Army is who is associated with what prop, and what significance do these props have for Butter and the possible upcoming Korean album that's been going around the media. It makes you wonder, what have we not seen that we could be seeing? Because
yeah,
I remember one of the pictures is a yellow lollipop, and that reminds me of the short, not the short film, it was like a compilation almost of the Bangtan universe with, I think it was Yoongi and the young lady,
girl, yeah,
the nameless young lady that we still don't know, switching out the cigarette for a lollipop, and it makes you wonder,
yeah.
is
That's
that
exactly what I said
lollipop?
yesterday.
It's just so, it's so unknown. And then obviously Yellow Balloon with Serendipity. It's just like,
No, it's the reels, right? It's
yeah,
the
reels,
reels.
that's it. There we go. Thank you, Veronica, you legend.
Yeah.
I can't English on the best of days, so on days where I'm like trying to discuss BTS concepts, I'm just like, my mind is just big no. Oh my goodness. But no, they really want to keep us on our toes.
Yeah. I also want to point out that I was right yesterday, and I said today we're going to get Jin and Yoongi, and we did.
Who do you think will get what, like which prop tomorrow? What who do you think will have
I
what?
don't know. Are we getting like? Is it? Are we getting two more or one more?
I thought it was all three. I thought there was 3 days of concept clips.
Let's see.
But I could be extremely wrong in that.
I really can't remember.
Yeah, so there's a concept clip tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow is Wednesday.
Yeah. So we're getting one tomorrow,
Uh,
and so it's gonna be the three left, right? It's gonna be
Presuming so, yeah, because
Ovi, Jimin, and Tay.
yeah, totally. Oh my goodness. But I always thought that, like, from the get-go, when these photos were released last week, I thought, oh, the smiley faces on the balloons, smiley faces, ego, Hobie obviously will have the balloons. And then it was Jin, and I was just like, well, now my whole plan's ruined. Like, who is who? But yeah, it's so confusing. What do we have left? The lollipop, the gummy, and the like the drink, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's so confusing.
I was, I was. It's like when you write something about the moon or something, and you compare it to a member, and you have people saying that's Jin, that's Tae, that's
Yeah.
Namjoon. They're all moon children. It fits all of them now.
The thing is, the 7 items that they showed, at one point or another, you can see how they fit in with every member.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it even more, confusing. It's just like, well, what does it represent? Does it represent a person, or is it part of a bigger picture? I mean, some of my friends are linking it all to the Run music video, where they had the really crazy party
Yeah.
and everything was thrown in, like, the slow motion scene where everything was in the air. It was like, perhaps it's the aftermath of that. And I was thinking, who would be having toast at a party? So I was just like, why would there be
Well, you haven't been to enough parties.
No, clearly not one where they have a toast in the middle of the evening. And if you are Jungkook, apparently also having a fork to eat toast, and I'm like, how?
Just stab it.
Oh my gosh, just stab the middle of a piece of bread.
And like hold it.
They really said, we broke all the lollipops, so this is a new one. Have some toast on a fork.
Exactly.
Oh, gosh. knowing BTS, that probably was
You
their
heard of
ideology.
Elf on a Shelf? Here's Toast on a Fork.
Oh my gosh, a new hit tweet. Oh my goodness. There was a long time, I don't know if it was a global thing, but definitely in the UK, there was a while where like there was a running meme of
Yeah.
heard of Elf on a Shelf or now here's this and this, and BTS were just like, yeah, we're bringing back that trend.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
that's the only reason why I know, because here there are no elves on shelves. It's only from the meme.
oh my gosh. I mean, there was one more thing with the photos that really threw me off, and that's the numbers on the side of the gummy pack. There was a theory going around that it's an intentional number of 20219. And
Yeah.
oh gosh, what was the music video?
It's I Need You.
Was it
Oh
I
no,
Need?
it's Run. It's Run.
Yeah, Run. I thought
The
it was
start
when
of Run, when Namjoon is
paper.
walking and then he opens
Yeah.
the
And
container.
it's the oh, what do you call that? Like a container, I guess. There's
Yeah.
like it carries coal and stuff. It has the same number. And people are thinking September 2021. What could it be? And it's so confusing.
No album is dropping in September 2021.
No, I doubt it highly.
Nothing is dropping in September.
Maybe
Nothing,
someone.
nothing like that needs to maybe be nominated for a Grammy is dropping in September.
Absolutely. I think September 2021 is where someone's going to find out you can't eat toast with a fork. Because I want whoever thought you could eat toast with a fork to know
Yeah.
that's a bit weird, bro. I'm sorry. No, I'm joking now. So,
Maria asked if I will continue to donate to the Hot 100. Yes. This all the revenue from this channel goes towards helping Billboard charts on Hot 100. And I want to add, since you're from the UK, you have to know, like for everyone here, make sure you know how the charts work in your country. Every country is different.
I can happily vouch for all UK fan bases as I am a part of one myself.
Yes, they're
The
amazing.
UK charts are not the same as the US charts. I
They work
remember last night you had a lot of Brits in, and I just wanted to say they're not the same. Please know your
not the
local
same.
charts.
Thankfully, this is just Butter, so
Yes,
it doesn't really matter. It's just buying the song, right?
exactly.
But when an album drops, it's different.
It's carnage. It's absolute carnage when it comes to an album and goals. I remember somebody stating to us, "Why don't we have a global like a global platform of
Yeah.
all goals around the world?" And the problem is there are so many. It's easy to get confused.
Yeah. For example, here we don't have any charts.
Do you not?
We do not. No charts. None. We
Oh
have
gosh.
one that's like a weekly, like the biggest radio show, biggest radio station here.
Mhm.
That's this weekly chart. It's, I'm not gonna say it's meaningless. It's not meaningless. It means the higher you get, the more you're played on radio.
Mhm.
So obviously, we work to get BTS to number one and stuff like that. But it's not an official chart that's been posted. Like, it's a very, very localized chart in the grand scheme of things. And there is, at the end of the year, there's a bigger, like a year chart where you vote for your favorite songs that year. And obviously, chances the more you win on that weekly chart, the more you're played, the higher you'll get on the yearly chart, probably. But it's not as big or as organized as it is in other countries. iTunes here are practically meaningless. You can get a song, like I single-handedly can get a song to number one on iTunes, almost. And we don't really have charts, but other places do have, and some need iTunes, and some need radio, and some need more different kinds of sales or streaming, and so it's very important to know for each country. That's why actually we had some members from the UK funding bases Here.
Yes, I heard the podcast. Absolutely. The legends that are Fundy, as we like to call them here, and they call us the Crumpet Me's. No, Fundy are legends. And they really are one of the key foundations for BTS's success in the UK, in my personal opinion. And this is not me being biased because I've spoken to some of the people in the past who work for them, but the things they do and the dedication that the bases go through. I only joined Fanbase last year, but obviously they've been around a lot longer than that. The dedication, oh my gosh, the dedication is unreal. And it's brought great things out of it. When it came to Boy With Love, it was so good. I think we had over 20 weeks on the chart for Boy With Love in the UK. When DNA came out, that really brought attention to BTS in the UK. We had radio hosts going to Korea to make documentaries. It was so good. Like our biggest
I
station,
remember the woman.
Radio 1.
What's her name?
Adele Roberts.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was sweet.
She's so lovely. Oh my gosh. She's such a lovely host.
She actually interviewed him twice, if I remember.
Yes, she did Wembley as well.
Yes.
She spoke to him at Wembley and they were like, what?
He was really good.
Absolutely. And obviously the success of Dynamite, though it didn't always get the radio play it deserved, it's gotten them a nomination for the Brit Awards. So teamwork makes the dream work, as they say. And it's the mantra we'll always push. But yeah, it's insane the amount of dedication that goes towards these goals. I mean, 2013 me would never expect to see BTS more than once in the UK, never mind Europe, because like I said previously, I supported another group. They came to the UK once. Unfortunately, I was like 14 at the time and had to take like national exams, so I couldn't attend. They then like lost members and are close to disbanding, so I went a bit crazy with the merch at the first BTS concert, thinking, oh, they're not going to come back, and if they do, it's not going to be for many years.
Did you go to the O2?
I did indeed. I went, I attended the second concert, but I was there on the first day because I had friends attending the first day. And with English concerts, it's kind of like a meeting point in the middle of London, because the thing you need to bear in mind with UK concerts is that at the moment only in London. So you have fans coming from all four parts of the UK, and they connect in the heart of London. And I will never forget Piccadilly with the big sign, another sign, that advertisement.
Yes.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. I regret not being able to attend that, but it was just phenomenal. And
I was there and it was hilarious, like seeing all the army there under that commercial.
My favorite part is all the Brits that, like, what we like to call the locals who don't know BTS, and they're like, why are fans screaming at a sign? What's going on? Because you did have those people on the day and they were just like, what is this?
So funny.
But Wembley has to be the biggest achievement. But the problem was, I at O2 thought, oh, they'll never come back, or at least not come back anytime soon. Spent a lot of money. I can't tell you how much I did because I live with my parents right now and they'll kill me if they hear me. So I spent quite a bit. And then they decided, we're going to Wembley. Joke's on you. So yeah, a lot of us were clowns at the first concert and proceeded to be clowns at the second concert about a year later. The Young Forever surprise. Oh, don't start me on that. Don't start me on the Young Forever surprise.
And I'm not. We're not gonna. No.
No, we're not gonna.
It's
the tears in your eyes. It's the tears.
I had soundcheck tickets. I was there.
I envy you so much. I was at uni, so I had. Go on.
To people that will buy tickets, hopefully one day we'll get concerts, we'll buy tickets. The seats that are close to the stage that's farther in, not that great. You hardly see anything. Most of the time it's either they're too high and you can't see it because there's like speakers that hide them, or they're on the stage that's out in the audience. So just so you know, like Namjoon's Trivia Love was amazing, and when they would walk back and forth, they were super close, and also these were sound check tickets, so
I'm so
I got
jealous.
like to see them before and like really from up close and all that, but not complaining for 1 second. Yes, but for those who plan on buying tickets, just so you know that if you buy the tickets at the real front, you don't see that much of them.
Another thing to bear in mind, if it's your first time attending a BTS concert, don't panic about buying tickets the second they come out. I know I sound ridiculous for saying that. You're like, what are you talking about? They're going to sell out fast. They won't. I wasn't going to go to Wembley because I'd broken my arm literally a few weeks before. And I thought, oh, I can't go to London. I studied just outside of Manchester. It's about not 90, like, I can't remember the exact mileage, but it's about 4 hours by like bus. For anyone who doesn't know, in the UK, you can take big like coaches to different cities. Anyway, that's not the point. But I don't condone drinking, but I got a bit tipsy the night after BTS tickets went on sale and might have bought tickets for a very cheap price. And they were the best seats I've ever experienced. Met some amazing people. And yeah, honestly, a BTS concert is like home almost. It's kind of strange, especially Wembley Stadium. I think that was the craziest place I've ever attended a concert at. And I know what you mean about being so close up, even to an angle. You don't always catch everything. I remember O2, I was like, because the O2 has multiple different like rings, so you have different stadiums. I was at the very top, like towards the back, and you could see them, but they were tiny little ants. And I have a video of them doing the dance break in DNA, and they looked tiny, and you couldn't see their faces or anything. It was just like little mops of hair. And back then, June had like a light brown sort of hair, and you could just see his hair flapping around. I was just like, this is what I waited for. But yeah, I mean,
there are no bad seats in a BTS concert.
no, absolutely not. As long as you're in the venue, that's a good seat. But no,
And even like I remember seeing like people outside the venue dancing.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh my gosh, the random dances outside of London. See, I didn't make my first army friend other than the girl who introduced me to BTS, who actually then didn't become an army. I made my first army friend in about 2018, and in a city about 90 minutes away from where I lived. I used to go there so often, quite a lot of times in a year. And then I just find out, oh, there's a BTS army meetup. And I was just thinking, where have you people been all these years? Like, who are you? But that's the greatness of being a fan, I suppose. And I remember being one of those people who was like, oh, I've never had BTS friends to get along with, or I've never had any in my country or my area. And as a fan that was literally in the middle of nowhere, I literally lived around cows and elderly couple for many years of my life. Army Twitter is amazing. It really is. Especially at times like now with comebacks, because you have somebody to be like, what is going on with,
Yeah.
It's a really crazy sort of a experience that you never really think would happen until it happens, and then you're still like, did that really happen? So being an army, it's a good thing to be. I'm telling you that. This went from pink and purple lights to I'm so glad I'm an army. I'm sorry. But
Yeah, definitely, I agree.
I think a lot of people who wanted to see BTS during the Map of the Soul tour are feeling a lot of sadness at the moment. and with the gifts such as BTS's albums, obviously Dynamite and now Butter. I like to
At
see it.
least US Army have tickets. We
Oh my
don't.
god, don't even start me on that.
We don't have tickets.
I know. I saved.
And like the fandom doubled itself since Map of the Soul 7 came out.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I
I'm
mean,
like panicking.
no, I don't even want to think about it because it's gonna be you know what I said a few minutes ago about don't buy tickets the second they come out?
You take them back.
Don't buy them unless you know that they're gonna sell out completely.
No, they're
Um,
gonna stop
I
completely.
mean, I mean, you know, people will buy them in the rush of the moment and then sell them minutes after when they find better tickets.
Yeah. Yeah, but even then, it will finish quickly.
Oh yeah, totally. That's why I always hope, like, you know, there'll come a time like where with American dates they add extras. I really want them to do that with European dates and other
They
dates.
did that with Wembley.
Exactly.
It was supposed to be 1 day, and then they added
I
one.
wanted to be like 3 days because I'm greedy. I'm greedy. I'm like, more dates, please. But there's a thing going around in the UK fandom where we're just like, we're calling Map of the Soul Tour like a bit of a blind spot because we now don't need to attend Twickenham, which is quite of a out of area event stadium rather to go to. Great place. No, don't get me wrong, it's a great place. It's just so hard.
Considering what happened after Wembley,
Yeah.
I don't think it can get worse being in that other stadium.
Well, I can't remember if Twickenham's bigger or smaller. I think it's bigger than Wembley.
It's not the size; it's the trains.
Oh my gosh! See, I don't think I did. I get on a train? I got on a tube because with Wembley, I got one of these night buses that were like 8 hours long. I got on a bus from my university campus at about 3 in the morning. Got to Wembley about 10 in the morning the same day, and then had to leave like during the end of the fireworks and things to catch a bus on the opposite side of London to get back home.
So, like, that was really smart because after like the concert finished, we were all walking out. You know, Wembley has this long walkway all the way to the train station. And everyone was walking out, and at the same time, a Tenacious D concert finished. So all their fans were coming out, and they were starting to scream "fuck BTS." And then Army started the whole "show me, show you."
Oh my gosh, yes.
I don't know if people in the chat have seen the videos. If not, definitely check them out because some army were standing over a bridge, and this river of army were below it, and the ones on top were screaming "so show me," and the ones at bottom were singing "I'll show you," and it was amazing. And Jungkook was doing a live stream in the middle of it, like while we were walking. And the thing is, there were no trains. They stopped everyone so they wouldn't like push in the trains and overcrowd the trains. And then the trains just stopped. It was like 1 a.m. There were no more trains. And then all these thousands of people had to find a way to to get back to hotels or homes or whatever.
I recall my friends, I think they got an Uber
And
and they
that's
were
what I
staying
did too,
outside.
but it cost so much.
It was expensive as anything. I remember them saying like, we were meant to get a tube, but they weren't staying in Wembley. They were staying in a complete different area of London.
Yeah.
So the only way they could really get around was trains or buses, and they had to get an Uber. And I remember it being about, I don't know, like €80 in the end. It was a lot.
It was a lot.
Like £90, €80 kind of thing. You know, and that's nearly £100 on a car just to get around London.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah. It was so expensive, and also like finding one because they were all taken.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
but like I remember I waited for like half an hour for an Uber that cost about, like you said, like £80, and and then got home, got to the hotel at like 4 a.m. or something.
Absolutely. It was a wild night. I think I got back into my city at 6 in the morning, and where I live was at the time I moved with my parents now, but at the time I was living on campus, and we have one nightclub where it closes at 6, right outside the bus station. So I got off this bus right as everybody was crowding out of nightclubs, completely drunk. Like, what club did you go to? And what club did you go to? I was like, I went to London. I went to see BTS in Wembley. I was like, that's a good club. But it was a wild experience. Wembley was, but that's not to say I wouldn't do it all again in a heartbeat. But I really do hope that if we don't get the Map of the Soul tour, we get something, not possibly soon, but we do get something where we can claim tickets. I just want a ticket in my Ticketmaster, I had one for another K-pop group back in March of last year, and the heartbreak of when that ticket went out of your little like phone screen, it's just like, that's gone, goodbye, because it was cancelled. Yeah, it's not a pretty feeling, in all honesty, but who knows, we could be getting pink and purple lights at the next concert because nobody knows what's going on.
Who knows, maybe the next concert will be September 21st.
Oh my gosh, if they do that.
September 20th, because 21st is the year, wouldn't it? Isn't it? I'm so confused.
2021-09 is on the I don't know what you call that thing, the blue thing
It's
that I like to call it. Container, there you go. I keep calling it the coal carrier, and I'm like, that's not what it is. But it's like the storage kind of containers. There you go, container. But no, I really do hope that whatever that date brings, it brings us something good. But I just don't think it'll be something for Butter. I hope that Butter brings something fun and teaches somebody not to eat toast with a fork. So I will be pushing this narrative until the end of Butter promotions. Whoever told them to eat it with a fork, I'm telling you now, it's not how you eat toast. But yeah, I saw a comment saying every army in Europe will go to London or Paris. I remember quite a few of my friends actually going to Germany instead of London because it was cheaper.
Yeah, I like in Map of the Soul, I was planning to go to London and Germany. But we'll see. We'll see what will happen.
Well, if you do come to London, it would be cool to see you, because I want to meet the person who basically shaped my research for my thesis. And the shape of my thesis was through Planet Army. So thank you very much. Thank you for being the voice of armies who are actually not teenage screaming girls.
That's far too much credit.
Not at all. Not at all. It's completely true. It's completely true. You are the percentage of media that don't use the perception of army for financial gain, clearly, with this stream. If you still have ad block on for this stream, turn it off now, please. But yeah, honestly, thank you for all you do, genuinely. And this is not me, I guess you could say, buttering you up. Get it? Because it's a butter pun. It's late at night. I'm a bit delusional. But yeah. Also, don't worry. I finished work early, so don't be concerned as to like. I remember you started the live when I was on a break, but I finished as you were talking earlier. So, but yeah, honestly, thank you for all you do. You're a legend. You really are a legend. Even though you won't give yourself the credit for it, you are a legend.
I got nothing. I already said that's not it, but okay. Someone asked me to say hola. Hola. Like puppet. Yeah, it's past midnight here.
Go to bed.
Well, I only have work tomorrow. There's nothing important.
See, I know some of my employees at Army, so I'm like, if you're watching this, I totally didn't leave work early. No, not at all. But no. Oh, thank you so much for letting me talk to you.
It was so much fun.
I was worried I wouldn't catch you this week. I'm glad I did, and I will continue to be watching you and annoying you in the comments during this whole week. And again, thank you for raising funds. There we go, raising funds for Butter, for Billboard, and you're a legend as always. I want to see the pictures of when you get your diploma as well, please.
I will. If it's apparently now they said it will be June 2020. So
mental. That's actually mental. I mean,
not 2022. Yeah, like next year.
Oh my gosh. I remember you talking a bit about the COVID situation last night, but what is it like at home? Like where your uni campus is? Like, can you have a big graduation ceremony?
Yeah, now everything here is completely open.
Oh, okay, so it wouldn't really matter between now and next summer then?
No,
It'd just be like the same.
It can get worse. Like now everything's good. Like, new variants, the vaccines stop working, all that stuff can happen, and then next year might be worse. But this year, like right now, we're under 1,000 people infected. There are almost everyone is vaccinated.
That's
we
fantastic.
have a green pass that allows you to eat in restaurants and go to stadiums, go to concerts, and it means that you're fully vaccinated. You have to show that green pass everywhere you go that's public.
That's good.
But when you walk outside, we walk without any masks on now. Yeah.
I mean, here we're slowly starting to welcome back public and things like that. I think about 2 weeks ago, you could start going back to shops and like shopping malls and things like that. As of right now, you still can't like eat in restaurants and cafes and things like that. But in the past weekend, there's been festivals trialed, there's been like club nights trialed, where it's government experiments isn't the word, but that's what they're calling it. It's government experiments to see, are we going back to a new normal, or if we just infected like 5,000 more people? Not the most effective, in my opinion, but it's worked. But I'm really hoping you can get your graduation this year. And here's a personal question: are you going to change your profile picture like your mom said you should?
I don't think so. Like I've seen I chose some photos and I asked people, but I love that purple dress. I don't think I'm gonna change.
It's an iconic dress. That profile picture is iconic though.
It's a shame it lasted only one night.
Oh my god.
And it's like a designer dress. It wasn't for my brother's wedding. It was super expensive. It was actually on TV for a brief second. That specific dress. And it lasted for one night.
And it's purple for army, of course. No, that icon is iconic. That icon is iconic. That profile picture is iconic. There we go. Because I bet there are a part of your audience that recognize you on your timeline for that picture.
Yeah, I just there are some accounts that always change, and I always feel weird when I change mine. I feel like it's weird. I don't know. I like my picture. I don't think I'm gonna change it.
I think it looks pretty. Regardless, all of your pictures were gorgeous. So that's what you get for being a beautiful army. Oh my gosh, I need to stop with the compliments because you're gonna go shy.
Please, please stop.
So you're gonna be like these British armies with their butter and buttering people up.
Yes.
This really is our comeback, for butter. Or as Stan Twitter that isn't in the UK thought, we call it butter and nothing else. We don't pronounce T's apparently. But yeah, butter. Apparently we all call it butter in England. I just want to clarify, no, we don't.
That's what I told when briefly we lived in the US when I was young, and my mom we lived in this in Baltimore, and anyone who's seen movies of Baltimore, it's Step Up, it's always these underprivileged kids and problematic, you get the really dark side of that city, which has a lot of beautiful stuff about it and a lot of not so nice stuff about it. Um, but when my mom, like one time we went to McDonald's and my mom wanted to order some water, and she was asking, she did it like with this heavy Hebrew accent, and she said, "Can I have some water?" And the woman at the counter was like, "What?" And she said, "Water." And she said, "What?" And my mom was like, "Water? Can I have some water?" And that woman was like, had no idea what she was saying. And I was like, "Water. You need water." Like
Oh.
don't say the T's. Say water. They'll get it.
I mean, whenever I hear butter, like the mentioning of butter, there's always the video of Wembley going around of Jungkook doing the Betty bought a bit of butter to make a. I can never get the full twister correct, so I'm not even going to try it from the top of my head. But he pronounced T's. So in England, you do pronounce your T's. Not necessarily everywhere, but you do pronounce them sometimes. But yeah, I think.
I feel like sometimes also like the T is more a D, like it's water, like with a
Yeah,
D instead of a
and
T.
butter. Yeah, it's a weird one.
Oh,
Why did they have to
it's
come up
also
with
in
it?
Korean, right? They have dang and dang.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It's also like T's and D's often, also in Japanese, the letter for T and D, it's the same with just another like line.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. No, I'm in my final year of university, and I studied Japanese from a beginner's level about 3 years ago, and I'm still
Wow.
doing it now. And my goodness, their alphabets, I swear, are confused. Sorry, I just saw Sharon comment, and it's so true. Us commoners pronounce butter as butter.
Like I can read hiragana and katakana, but the kanji, I was like, no, I'm out.
Yeah, the kanji hurts my head. In the nicest respect, there's so many words that mean the same things, and when you put two kanji together, it can mean something completely different. And it's just like, I'm sorry, what? It's just like, but it's an amazing language. And I think when it comes to things such as international title tracks, like, well, just trying to think, Dynamite. Obviously, Dynamite was just translated from the English pronunciation into Korean and Japanese. In some areas, else it just stayed as English. But it's really strange to see how different countries pronounce the same words in different ways. But yeah, see, Sharon is from Manchester, so I can understand the butter. I can understand the butter. Where I studied for university was just outside of Manchester, and the relaxation on T's is a lot different to where I live currently, where it's really emphasized you need to pronounce every T. So yeah, I mean, it's a tricky one, this comeback with the name. I think DNA was the easiest because it's DNA. But yeah. See, even saying but and then it sounds like butter. So it's a tricky one.
To all those in the chat, as someone who traveled a lot, I can tell you that the most important word in any language to learn is "it's delicious." And if you get to Japan, oishi does wonders.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
If you say to the waiter, to a chef, they light up.
Totally.
It's delicious. It's the biggest compliment you can give anyone. It just works.
As always, a question of how many different accents are there in the UK. I mean, what I have been told is there's about 40 different dialects in the UK.
Wow.
Obviously, there could be more, there could be less. It depends on accents and how words are said and pronounced. So they say 40, but I think it could be more, it could be less. But of those 40, they're very diverse because that covers all countries in the UK, not just England. So, but England has a lot in itself, honestly. If you compared me to the likes of Sharon, we'd have very different accents. If you compared either of us to somebody in London, we'd have a completely different accent. You'd be like, you're from the same country? Like, what is this? So, I mean, 13 miles up the road from where I live is a very recognized accent. If you've ever seen the TV show called Peaky Blinders, it's based in a place called Birmingham, a very well-known city.
No, I know Birmingham, but I haven't.
Yeah,
Like, I
so
used to watch
that accent is so much
football,
different.
so.
It's so strange. Yeah, this country has too many accents to actually name, I think. But it makes it even more interesting, really. What is it like in Israel? Do they have like different dialects and things like that?
I think we're too small to have that. There are like different like slang words, maybe. But not, no, we don't really have dialects here. You might have, Israel is a country of immigrants, and you have immigrants from all over the world. So you might have like accents because someone is speaking in more Russian or more Arabic or more, I don't know, French. So you'll have accents, but you don't have dialogues, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Oh, wow.
So yeah, so it's not, we don't have dialogues here. Just have, and even accents, it's like, it's really, if you're like I said, everyone is an immigrant at one point. Like for me, my grandparents were, and that's usually for there was once Israel was Israel welcomes immigrants. Unfortunately, they only welcome Jewish immigrants or ones that are searching for asylum. But unfortunately, we have this law that only welcomes Jewish immigrants, which I'm not for, but I'm not a politician. And as a result, like, because when Israel was founded, there was a big percentage of they basically tried to get as many Jewish people as they could here. So they would bring people that wanted to escape because Jews were persecuted in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 80s, 90s, depending on which country. So they would send planes to escape persecution. So in the 90s or 80s, there was in Russia, there were the pogroms or something. I don't know, I'm not sure how to say it in English. But basically, Jews in Russia and the old USSR felt persecuted. And so they came to Israel in the early 90s. As a result, there are a lot of Russians that took a lot of time to assimilate and lose the accent and find friends, find a home here. It takes time. It always takes like at least a generation until you settle in. So, and then later there were Ethiopians that joined the country, and that's basically like the first time we had Black people. So that took some people getting used to. It's a mess. This country is a mess.
It's well diverse, though.
Very diverse, definitely.
Amazingly diverse. That's really fascinating, actually. As someone from Western Europe, we never really learn a lot outside of Western Europe, so it's really interesting. Wow.
Yeah,
I hope you didn't mind me asking. I was just so curious.
No, it's fine.
That's so cool. Oh my gosh.
Um,
you really blow my mind. So if I'm quiet, it's nothing bad. I'm just like, wow.
No, it's fine.
Have you ever seen that meme of the more you know with the star and the rainbow?
Yeah.
That's me currently. Just the more you know. Wow.
Yeah, so it's kind of it's really crazy. I think it's moving more in a good place, but it's honestly it's a mess. Like every like couple of weeks I'm like, maybe I should leave this country. It's too much. It's too, because I don't agree with a lot of stuff the government does, and I feel like it's too. It's really the whole situation here has always been a mess since the beginning, since before the beginning. Like this entire piece of land has been owned by so many people
Mhm.
over time that it's just, and people keep talking about history and what was, and I get it. I get why history is so important, why both or all sides keep talking about it, and but I and the thing is, I feel like when good people leave, especially a democracy,
Mhm.
when good people leave, the situation gets worse. It doesn't get better. Um, so I am concerned about that because I don't want the situation to get worse. I'm worried about the situation getting worse. And I feel like when you move to a different country and you're an immigrant, then you have the luxury of saying, "Oh, I'm not a part of this country. I just live here." And so you don't care and you don't get invested in the in country, and you, like all the political stuff, it's no longer relevant to you, right?
Mhm.
Because you're there temporarily almost, even though you might live there for like 60 years, it feels temporarily. So I don't think living is a solution, but staying is really difficult. Like I don't agree with a lot of stuff, and also like job wise, this country is amazing job wise because women still get less than men, but not that by that much. And we have like, I'm a woman who's a scientist. That's not uncommon here. In my field of studies in material engineering, we were 50% men and women, and that wasn't out of the ordinary. That was normal. In chemical engineering, it's more women. In mechanical engineering, it's more men, but there are a lot of women scientists. And the company that I work for is working to save lives. It has people from United Emirates and from Israel, and it has Muslims and Christians and Jewish and Druzian, which is a, it's not Arabic, but it's a type of, it's kind of it's its own religion. It's called Druze, and it's its own thing. And that not many people know that exists, and they were actually natives in this area, but and no one talks about them, but they're here. And it's run by women. The CEO and the CTO are women. It has um, LGBTQ representation. It's, and we're only like 15 people if you include the board. So so you have all this mix of people, and they're all coming together to save lives. And I'm like, that's the kind of place I'm supposed to live, a place that allows me to do that. Um, so yeah, so sorry, it's
No, not at all. I think what you said is really powerful, actually. If you don't mind me saying so myself, what it sounds like is your community is the foundation for change.
yeah,
And I truly hope you do get the change that is really needed. I mean, without getting too political, there are many parts of my country that I think are very behind, specifically in diversity and acceptance. There's a very big generation gap. I'm someone who was born in 2000, so I've grown up, knowing this cyber culture, big changes in, society, politics, acceptance, things like that. Things my father, who was born in 1950, could never imagine happening. I mean, I'm not going to deny there is definitely inequality within gender, especially those working in the field of science. But I do think change is needed, not just everywhere, really, but especially in societies that think something was fine multiple years ago, and you know, even now they're still fine when really they're not. But if if uh, if changing scenery is what you think is best for you, then give it a shot. If you don't think it's best for you, you can always go back. But you're a legend. You know what you want to do. You know where the path will take you, and nobody else can really change that for you. So, not to go proper heart to heart, but you're a woman in STEM, Bunsen burner. You're a legend. You know what you're doing. I just think your team are amazing. The amount of people from different places is so cool. Someone's just gone, hey, 2000 babies. Yep, 2000. To anyone else who thinks that 2000 babies are still babies, we're not. I'm sorry. We're all graduating university.
I think it's really easy for you to calculate your age. That's the biggest plus.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, my sisters, I have two older sisters, both of which are just a little bit older than you. And there's a big generation gap even between us. So it's really strange. It's really strange because they're constantly going to me, why do you like BTS? What's so good about these Korean boys from, you know, their dancing and their styles and stuff? Like what why? Literally just why. One of my sisters grew up with the likes of, you know, Spice Girls, Westlife, Boyzone, NSYNC, if you know any of those like proper poppy kind of, I don't know, I guess you could say they had the edgy kind of look. I'm using quotations for edgy. Back then that was considered a new wave of pop. And then if you look at now, it's just like, that is completely not pop anymore. It's kind of like your cheesy kind of party songs.
I don't know. If you listen to Backstreet Boys' first song, what was it? It was now I got five playing in my head. No, Backstreet Boys.
I've just got Backstreet's back. All right, do. That's all I have in my head whenever I hear Backstreet Boys.
That's like 98.
Oh my god.
97. No, they had like something world, something turn, something. I'm blanking, but they had a song and it actually has a rap verse.
Oh wow.
And yeah, they didn't like, it's not that different.
No, not at all. I'm waiting for BTS's Backstreet Boys era.
I'm singing the song in my head. I can't reach that part when they say the name of the song.
You're gonna get it later. I can already see it.
It's gonna drive me crazy.
The second this live stream ends, you're just gonna go, it was that. If we just get a tweet later of a random Backstreet Boys video, we know that you remembered it.
Yeah. Or like just post the name of the song.
It'll be like June with the Pokemon, when he remembered the name of the Pokemon he was trying to get for an interview. He couldn't remember the English, and then just randomly this was the Pokemon, by the way.
Yeah, that's
about 6 months late, but this was the Pokemon I was thinking of that day.
Yeah. Exactly like that. That's exactly the move I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna show you the Westlife Uptown Girl thing.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm gonna go and find it. I hope you know. I'm really curious now because
I'm telling you.
I grew up listening to that song as a kid.
I'm telling you, watch this, like look at it like when she comes in, what her hair looks like, and when she leaves. It's completely straightened.
Maybe the song was just that long to shoot. She just decided, you know what, I'm gonna just straighten my hair.
Yeah. We were speaking of countries, but I want to make it clear that I think countries as a general thing are overrated, and because anything that just divides people for no real purpose, I feel like it's overrated. But if Namkanda opens, I'm there. I'm getting that purple passport.
I think you should be like the president, I think.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about someone said Backstreet Boys' debut single was We've Got It Going On. So Park Jimin, that's not the song you're right, but it's not that. It's something, it was on their next album, I think, or a different single on that album. it came out in 94, I feel like, and it was something turn world something.
Somebody said Hobie would fit a Backstreet Boy style, and I could totally see that.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think June could as well. He would be your typical like 90s kind of pop guy.
No, I don't see June fitting.
One word, respect. The
No.
respect stage of Namjoon and Yoongi
Yeah.
concert.
But that's more 80s, and even then it doesn't really fit.
Oh
No.
my goodness me. No. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. You've unlocked so many memories that I didn't think I had.
What was it? It's gonna drive me insane. Anyways,
I can't remember anything other than I Want It That Way.
like, and the thing is, like, I have that song playing in my head right now.
No.
Like, I can sing it. I'm not gonna, because you have done nothing wrong to deserve that. But
Oh no. What year did you say it was? 94?
I feel like, yeah, something world, something turn, something. I have to. I'm sorry. I have to check it.
So I'm also trying to find it myself. I'm just like, I don't know what it is.
No, it's not in a world like this. It's. I'm gonna find it. Extra points.
The comments are requesting a song. They're requesting a sing song.
They can request it all they want, and I'm gonna get it.
Oh. An attempt was made.
My own channel. No. It's not As Long As You Love Me. No. Not I Want It That Way. No. Get Down. It was called Get Down. Yes. Get Down. That was the name of the song. And if you listen, it has a rap verse. And it was fire. No, it wasn't, but it was fun.
It was like fire, but not fire.
No, it's definitely not fire. Nowhere near fire. Actual fire, or the metaphorical fire of BTS's fire. None of this.
I have a feeling that we're going to be getting some press information about Butter soon.
About Festa?
About Butter.
About now?
I don't think in the next few days, I think after release, we're going to be getting some American promo.
Oh, definitely. I agree. I think they're starting with the BBMAs.
Oh, definitely.
There's going to be Corden. There's going to be Fallon. There's going to be... Yeah.
Definitely. There are some radio hosts that have just posted about half an hour ago that they've heard Butter in the Columbia Records bus.
Really?
How do I become a bus? How do I become a bus?
The bus thing again, like they did for Dynamite.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be on radio. It's getting all the... Getting everything. It's gonna get the whole Dynamite treatment.
Oh my goodness. Dynamite has also been certified 3 times platinum.
Oh, wait. Look. See, this is... Because if we're doing this is Claudia Schiffer in Westlife's version of Uptown Girl.
Yeah.
You can see her hair is all curly, like wavy. It's blonde. That's Westlife for those who weren't around in the early 2000s. And you see her hair, it's perfect. And then when they walk out, in a few seconds, when they stop goofing off.
When they stop goofing off.
Hold on, let me do it. Bam, her hair is brown and straight.
Oh my goodness. It's not even like it fell out. That is full on flat iron. Oh my goodness. How did that happen?
Right, it's brown. It's actually like blonde brown and it's straight.
That's a completely different person.
Yes.
Oh my goodness me.
Yeah, exactly. It's a completely different person. That's my, yeah. So just so you know.
Oh my gosh, I just saw someone say they're scared for Festa. I don't even want to think about Festa. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for Festa this year. I'm manifesting a virtual muster, however. I want
There's
a
definitely.
virtual
I think
muster.
we have a virtual something coming our way.
I'm looking forward to it. Maybe on September 9th. What was it? September
2020.
20th.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh wow, no. But for the time being, we have one more clip tomorrow, and it's so confusing as to what. First of all, I think it's going to be a different royalty-free sound from what we've heard over the past 2 days, and whether or not they'll be sampling these sounds for their future album, we don't know.
I don't think so. Like I said, I think they just wanted the name.
Definitely. What do you think tomorrow's name will be then?
What was the first one?
2020, yeah.
So we had 2020, and we had there's no such thing as bad press. Let's say it is a diss track. Maybe something about language.
Oh.
Maybe something about language. That's what I think. Something about language.
If you're going with language, I'm going to go with awards. Something related to awards. Because I'm petty. I'm a petty army.
Yeah. Aren't we all?
Well, according to the media, we are. But no. I think it's...
Manti today.
What? How?
Yeah.
How are you?
I didn't reply because it would have just gotten some attention, and I didn't want that, and it's so ridiculous that it would have been so stupid. But I commented they're doing a Damien movie.
Mm-hmm.
So under the Variety article, I, like many other armies, wrote that, but I did it like explain. I said, did you know that BTS from Big Hit, and I tagged them, did a whole album based on the motifs of Damien?
Mm-hmm.
It would be great to consider them for an OST or something like that. And like, that's it. That was the tweet. And then someone like QT it and said, like, it quoted me and said, did you know that BTS from Big Hit, three dots, and you're not in charge of their career, Manti? Like,
okay.
what?
All right. That's not quite how it works, but okay. Somebody was having a bad day that day.
Yeah.
They were just like, you're a manti because you told somebody a fact they may not possibly know of.
Yeah.
Not at all. I think it's a smart thing, really. I think a possible, not a collaboration, but some reference or nod towards BTS's contributions inspired by Damien would be amazing. You know, we've seen their expansion into other forms of art, and I think that would be a really cool thing to check out. No, you're not a manti in the slightest. We know many people who are mantis. You are not one of them. If you want to know who mantis are, check last night's live stream.
Yeah, no, I know it's just so funny because I knew that if I would comment, people would see it, and then will like defend because it's obviously not what I was saying at all.
No, absolutely not.
And I didn't want, like, that person was just having it. Let's say they were having an off day. Okay, there's no need to. I always like feel very conscious when I tweet about someone that says something that's not nice because I know I might be directing people towards them, and even if they do like say mean stuff or something, sometimes you're not ready to have stuff said back at you.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are more emotionally fragile than others, especially the types of people that lash out or say mean things. They usually come from a weaker place mentally. Like they not might be more I'm not gonna, like, not fragile, but more easier taken down emotionally. Like,
A bit more self-aware in a
yeah,
state that they can give but not receive.
yeah, like they can lash out and say mean stuff, but they can take it, and then they might either internalize or lash out more, and it might affect them mentally and stuff like that. So I always try to, like, if it's, I'm not talking about soul stones because I don't give a fuck about them, but I'm talking about like people to just, you sometimes some people have an off day. Sometimes you make a mistake when you tweet. If it doesn't like grow bigger, and like I've done that. I had an off day. I tweeted something, thankfully, when I was a tiny account, and I tweeted it. It was like 2 a.m. I tweeted it in anger, and I went on a 30-minute drive, and then I got home and opened the Twitter and had thousands of likes, but also many comments. And I was like, no, no, that's not what I meant. I didn't, like, people took it. I completely understand why they took it to mean something that I didn't mean, because it was phrased so much from anger that it felt like I was attacking some people, and people that shouldn't be attacked, that have done nothing wrong and were right in their perspectives. But the way I phrased my tweet was so bad that I completely get why they didn't understand what I was actually trying to say. and and I like had a complete freak out. I commented for each person. I apologized and explained what I was meaning and told them that they were completely right in where they were coming from, and then I deleted the tweet after I apologized to all the comments, each one differently, like, because I panicked so much, and I was wrong. I'm not like, I was wrong for the way I tweeted, not for what I was saying. I'm completely behind on what I was saying, but the way I wrote it was so bad that no one could figure out what I was actually saying. Um, so I really sympathize. Like, I understand some people have an off day. Sometimes you write things not the way you want them to come out, and people make mistakes, and that should also be okay.
The key thing, really, with anything on, social media, especially Stan Twitter, is that if you make a mistake, you own up to it. Unfortunately, we do get a lot of people, not just in BTS's fandom, but we see it a lot in BTS's fandom, where things are either misinterpreted or explained in a way that could have been explained better. I once had a friend of mine say to me, "You should always write your tweet as if you're aiming it towards a 46-year-old white man who's only just found out how to use a phone, in the sense that keep it as simple as possible and it can't be open to interpretation." But unfortunately, with that, it can still be open to interpretation. And I think, as much as having an opinion is completely okay, you're entitled to your opinion. Your space is your space. It's those that state an opinion that don't actually mean it and do it for the pure focus of creating, uproar, really.
Sorry, my internet got disconnected for a
Oh,
second.
bless your heart. I thought I was just that boring. Your face hadn't moved. I was like, oh gosh. Bless your heart.
No, no,
No.
my internet got disconnected for a second. I'm sorry.
Oh no. I took over your show. I'm sorry.
No, no, let me see.
But
Like, that's
no,
the whole point.
I really do understand. And we spoke about it last night, so I don't really want to go into it again tonight, because you don't want 2 nights in a row of I don't know if you're allowed to swear on this show, but I'm gonna just say F antis and solos. Yeah, I mean, I've had tweets in the past that have been read and misinterpreted. I've said things in the past related to my country without realizing how it would affect people not from my country. You know, as long as you own up to your mistakes and you learn from it, I think that's the key thing to anything you post on this on the social media. I sound like a boomer. No, anything you put online. I think as long as you understand where you could do better, there is no issue or no harm. But like I said, those that do it intentionally to be malicious or think I can say this because I have, I don't know, this is just a random example. I have a Yoongi profile picture. Nobody will find me. Nobody knows who I am. So I can say all these horrible things under the sun and nobody will know. But it takes one little slip up for anyone to know who you are, or, you know, a lot of negativity to come your way for you to then go, actually, I made a mistake and go into self-destruct. So yeah, I think people really do need to reconsider what they're doing on social media. Not necessarily yourself, but definitely not yourself. You're doing fantastic. But, you know, the people that are doing it purely to be like, you're a manti or you're doing this wrong, that you don't control their lives. Like, really, is it necessary? You're a supportive fan at the end of the day. And if people want to dictate what other people do, then sorry, darling, Twitter is not your social media. It is really not your social media. So I fully understand, but I think there is a line between having an opinion, expressing said opinion, and then doing things for the sake of being able to do things and get away with it. They only apologize when they're caught. That's a difficult one, really. They only apologize when they're caught. At the same time, I also think that there's this culture which we've seen a lot recently where a lot of information is being shared and then misinterpreted, and then when people acknowledge said misinterpretation, there's a witch hunt. And I think that's also a part of fandom culture, not just within the BTS fandom, but it's an aspect of fandom that really needs a change, because unfortunately to say, that's the part of fandom where your media sites are picking up on, and they're thinking this one person's tweet and the backlash is a spokesperson for everybody. So it's a hard one, really. I think, well, the way I like to see it is, as long as you treat people with kindness, and if anyone wants to be rude to you, you say, okay, but stream Butter, in a nice way, of course. Don't just say, yeah, here's the streaming link for Butter.
But it was so nice talking to you.
I
was actually only planning to do a 1 hour.
I'm sorry.
Somehow we got 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Oh my gosh, I'll talk for the whole of my country. Don't worry, I can talk for England. But no, it
was so much fun.
I've been on a whole journey of Butter to lighting to my bus journey to Wembley, and then I hate people that are rude on the internet. But it's been wonderful. I always have a pleasure speaking with you, either in your comments or in your DMs, or obviously now on your show. And thank you for letting me call with you. It's been a lot of fun. And the next time you're in London, please do let me know. It would be nice to finally meet you in person.
I definitely will.
And I will continue to support all of your work this week. Thank you for all you do. I know you're going to get it endlessly for the next month and a bit, but no, thank you for doing these live streams for raising money for Butter. Your success with Life Goes On was fantastic.
It's all thanks to Army teamwork.
Absolutely. Army, you're a legend. Honestly, I once went on to a radio station where they specifically wanted to paint me out as a obsessed and crazed fan. And I really said, Army, if you're somehow listening to this show, let's get it to number 1. I think it was Dynamite. I'm not too sure what I went on to talk about. But I literally said, let's prove these producers wrong and get it to number 1. And I've never been invited on that show ever again. So I think that explains something. But yeah, so no, I'm sorry to anyone who is still here, who has heard me rabbit on. I know you were here for Oma, so Is it Oma? Is that how you say your name?
Yeah,
Are you
that's it.
sure?
Yeah, because it's in Hebrew, it's the accent is completely different. So it's Omer is fine.
I will probably get it wrong if I try the accent. So
No, just it's Omer.
I see. Okay, so it's like more of an emphasis on the like kind of.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
It's a beautiful name. What does it have like a symbolism or a meaning?
It has a meaning. It means bunched up wheat stalks.
I mean, wood is the flame of power. You are the flame of power. You're a woman in STEM. Pretty powerful, if you ask me.
Yeah, no, so it's literally like bunched up wheat stalks. That's what it means.
Wonderful. I think that's a great name. I mean, I don't know what mine means, but I know it's from the male variation of Gabriel. So take that what you will. I've always had Gabriel in school, and I'm like, that is not correct, but we'll go with it. So Gabby is where it sits. I don't know if I like this army. She's really cool is me.
I
or
agree
you.
with you, AJ. She is really cool. I had so much fun talking to you.
I'm not cool. I'm just talkative.
You're
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
see now you're getting compliments and you can take it.
No, I can't. I can give them but can't receive them. I'm a Brit. This is any British person. You know, we can churn out as many compliments as we want. We can't receive them. We'll just tell you to be quiet. Quite simply. But no, I appreciate it. I appreciate your time. I appreciate all of your efforts, and I personally appreciate all your efforts you've done for me as a fan that admires what you do with this podcast and with this show. And I'm really looking forward to your interview with Lee Ji-young, and I'm just like buzzing for it.
It was supposed to come out tomorrow at 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it will finish uploading in time. So it might be on Thursday at 10 p.m.
See, I'm one of your notification squad people on YouTube, so I'll be ready. But no, I'm really, really excited for it because I've not seen her do any international, like outside of Korea kind of interviews. So
yeah, and we were supposed to do it in Korean, and she was so nice, and we ended up doing English, and she was so nice to talk to.
That's so lovely. That's so sweet of her. Bless. No,
and she had a lot to say. She said some really interesting stuff.
Her daughter has just finished a book, and I read some of her tweets she put up in Korean, and I don't speak Korean at all, but it looks like such an interesting book, and I was just like, it runs in the family. The intellect runs in the family. I'm so jealous, honestly. I'm an army, an army academic literature hoarder. That's a very new niche. But no, so Lee Ji-young is a really, really good writer. And yeah, so I'll be looking forward to it. And I believe you'll probably be on tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow there's something dropped. And AJ asked if more than one army can be on the chat. Yes. Tomorrow I'll talk to more than one person. Hopefully.
I'll probably be in your comments going, you look so pretty, you're so cool, you're a woman in STEM. You know, if you've never seen the meme of I'm a woman in STEM, Bunsen burner, if you've never seen it, I recommend you watch it, because this is all I will ever say to you now. You're a woman in STEM, Bunsen burner.
Okay.
But was it mechanical engineering or chemical engineering you did?
Neither. It's material.
Material, there we go. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
To anyone who ever says armies are not intellectuals in other fields than being Twitter fans,
only idiots.
You are very wrong. You are very wrong indeed.
Very wrong.
See, some of my close friends in the army fandom are all teachers or university lecturers. So, legends they are.
I was a teacher in the university.
Were you actually?
Yeah, here it's like when you do your master's or your PhD, you have an option to teach, and you get money for it, so it's good.
That's so cool. And what is it like being a teacher?
Lab students.
Oh, wow. And would you do it again if you could?
Well, now I have a real job, so no.
So probably not, no.
Yeah, but for what it was great. Yeah, it was a small amount of hours.
Mhm.
Pay wasn't great, but you did so little that, and you also got salary when you weren't teaching, like for the whole semester,
Mhm.
including the semester break. That it was really good to have, and in addition, I had some really fat scholarships. So
That's really
that
cool.
was
Oh my
good.
goodness. See,
Yeah,
I'm one of those people where the future is still uncertain, but
you're
for now,
21. I haven't even
exactly.
started. I haven't even started university at 21. I started university at 22, and then I restarted university at 23.
In the UK, our education system ends at 18.
Yeah,
After 18, it's pretty much optional what you want to do.
yeah.
It's quite common for students to go straight from what we call sixth form or college. It's not the same as the American college,
Hmm.
straight into university. So I'm one of those. I'm also one of those that was affected by the pandemic. So had a 4-year degree cut to 3.
Hmm.
And we're leaving graduation going even, still into the midst of a pandemic. So it's all on the cards. But I think this will be the time where, as an army, I think I'll be doing more for the community. Not on the scale of yourself, because I can never do what you do. It's fantastic what you do. But absolutely, I think.
To be fair, it's my job. It's not like it pays well. It's um um like it's a job. So like I wanted to go to that line. I wanted to save lives. I wanted to like that's what I wanted. Like when I finished my university, I was like, okay, where am I going now? And I had a lot of easier options
Mhm.
that would pay very well and would be very good. It would be like a really easy path to walk. But I wanted something in the medical field. I wanted something that has a positive footprint, I guess, of it.
Absolutely.
And yeah, but it is like, let's not over beautify it. It's a good job. I'm getting
It's a
decently paid.
hard job. It's a very hard job.
It's a hard job. I worked
You
my
need
butt.
a big brain like yours to do that job, because I can never. Um, my school or university itself has had the biggest increase of Korean language studies
Yeah.
more in the past few years than ever before. To the point where my university is ranked the best in the United Kingdom. Not the United Kingdom, sorry, outside of London.
Hmm.
Not even close, but it's ranked the best outside of London for studying Korean. So I think a lot of international relations will come out of my country and my university specifically. So I think I'll be going down that route, but who knows? For the time being, I think researching BTS, researching K-pop, and researching bands is where it will be. So please keep making content, because I need to use you for more citations, please. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Thank you. See,
Um,
you don't even know that what you do, it helps a lot of research.
I have no idea what you even took from this channel.
Um, to be honest, off the top of my head, I forget what episodes of your podcast it was, but it was an interview.
Hmm.
I think one was with a student that also did academia in BTS, and one was with a
Nicole.
fandom.
That's
Yes,
Research BTS.
yes, research BTS, and there was also one with a fandom you did, but I don't think it was Funds. I don't think it was good old Fundy.
No, probably one in an army.
Could be one in army. I have to check. See, I took your citation back in, like, I don't know, November of last year.
Mm.
But I started my research with about 400 citations on army
Wow.
and BTS, and then it's cutting that down to a lot
Yeah.
less. Not to say all citations can't be used in future. Sounds a bit geeky of me to say so, but I have a database of army of army like information and opinions and really great content such as yourself and more content creators on YouTube.
Awesome.
So it's really cool. Really cool. Like I said to you again, we needed you back in 2013. We really did. See, back then international fans were hardly existent. I know very few armies from circa 2013, 2014. The other one I know is also the creator of the fan base in the UK called Bangtan UK. So yeah,
you said the creator of the fan base and gave me a panic attack because for a second I thought you meant BTS Army.
No. She I can't say her name. But she made Bangtan UK back in 2013 with her sister, and that marked the first ever fan base in the UK. Which was pretty crazy back then. I never expected to meet other UK fans. So obviously, like I said, I made my first friend in 2018 and only learned about this 2013 army in 2018. And I was just like, where have you been for the past 5 years? So
I needed you.
Honestly, I really did. Where were you during I Need You? It's literally called I Need You for a reason.
Yeah.
But,
I wish I was there in 2013.
What year did you become an army?
How did I?
Yeah.
I was watching back then on YouTube. I was watching the FBE channel, the React channel, and they had YouTubers react to K-pop part 3 or something, and I was like, part 3? Okay, I'll check it out. And I was like, no, like I'm not. Don't get me wrong, I have like Britney Spears and NSYNC and stuff like that on my playlist, but it definitely gears more towards the Queen, Bon Jovi, Beatles type of songs. Okay,
definitely, yeah.
Pink Floyd, Linkin Park, that type of sound. And I was like, no, I don't like this. I don't like. And then Not Today popped up, and I was like, what? What? I like this one. What is this one? BTS? Okay, I'll check them out. And then I unfortunately didn't immediately check them out. It took me a little while. And so in early 2018, I got to know BTS. But I consider myself an army since I joined Twitter, because I wasn't even, I don't think I even can describe myself as a casual fan before that. I was just like, okay, I listen. I wasn't delving into, I didn't fall down the rabbit hole yet. And then in August, when Idol came out, that's when I dove. That's when I got into it for real. That's when I joined Twitter. That's like within a span of a week, I was all caught up. I saw everything. I just moved to a new apartment and I didn't have Wi-Fi yet. So I used my internet on my phone and just binge watched videos like crazy. And yeah, that's it.
I think a good thing about this fan base is nobody really has a go at anybody for joining a fandom, quote unquote, late. There's not really a late time to join this fandom, because if you think about it, fans have increased since Dynamite. Fans are going to increase for Butter. You know, it's a really nice communal feel. But no, I've never known somebody to find out about them through the FBE channel, so that's really cool. Oh wow. Yeah. No, I always like hearing how people have become fans. One I've met recently became a fan because she volunteered to be staff, like security staff, vending staff at one of the American shows in 2019. And since then she's like, wow, BTS are really cool, you know, like that's such an experience, going into a concert like that and then becoming an army. But yeah, right. Okay. Go to sleep, please.
It's 1 a.m. now.
Go to bed.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye. AJ, I can't wait to hear how you became an army. Let me know tomorrow. Bye everyone. Good night. Bye, Gabby.
Bye.